Western Mindanao State University President Dr. Maria Carla Ochotorena, Director of the Office of Student Affairs Professor Mamor Eding, Student Council President and Student Regent Damhar Pahalawan, officers of the WMSU USC, student leaders, and everyone in attendance, buenos dias. I hope you're all safe and well amid this ongoing pandemic. It's been almost 5 months since I addressed your university's graduating class this year. I'm honored to speak to you, the student leaders who tirelessly work to bring the youth and student agenda to the foreground of policy and decision-making of this university. Allow me to share my experience on leadership from my work in government and public service during these pandemic times, aggravated by the series of typhoons that devastated parts of the country. The true test of leadership is how well you function in a crisis. The Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, which I co-chair with Department of Health Secretary Duque, establishes the systems, policies, and protocols that guide the government, local government units, the general public, businesses, and other affected sectors as we address and respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. At the beginning, it was uncharted territory, unfamiliar to us, but we needed to urgently recognize the problem, act swiftly and decisively, and quickly adapt to the drastic changes brought about by the pandemic while maintaining a calm and composed demeanor and always thinking of next steps to prevent further spread and mitigate its impacts. Leadership in a crisis involves consistent and effective communication and collaboration. A great leader must be a great team player. A great leader must not be afraid to seek and receive help. We have to practice transparency and be crystal clear on what we know, what we do not know, and what we need to do to know more. So a leader must not stop learning. There will always be better ways and better solutions, and a leader should always be willing to study more, to know more, and know better. A great leader must therefore be a transformational leader, one who strives to influence valuable and positive change, inspire action and initiative, and create good in the lives of others, and make the world a better place. This is the essence of a great leader. A great leader must have a strong discipline to lead and a genuine heart to serve. It is all about service, not just taking the helm and giving out orders. Certainly, good governance and transparency are among the indispensable requirements of great leadership, especially in organizations and student organizations as well. And you can learn a thing or two from the administration of President Duterte, which always puts premium on these in governing the country. Executive Order Number 24, issued in May 2017, directed all government departments under the cabinet clusters to adopt good governance and anti-corruption objectives in their policy frameworks. While it is an executive order for the cabinet for good governance and anti-corruption, this is also a framework you can use in leading your student government and your other organizations, adapting each salient point to guide various functions of your organizations. And since the start of his term, in fact, President Duterte has stood firm against bad governance and against corruption. And there are some government programs that you can use as examples or inspiration for your student government initiatives. Let me mention just a few of the many interventions for good governance and transparency. Number 1, the 8888 Citizens Complaint Center and Hotline 8888. The full and effective implementation of the Ease of Doing Business Act or Republic Act number 11032 to enhance government's delivery of services with simplified and streamlined processes. The Freedom of Information Program that allows every Filipino to access information and official records of and relating to concerned departments, agencies, and instrumentalities under the executive branch. In 2019, the Seal of Good Local Governance Act for Republic Act number 11292 was enacted, institutionalizing the SGLG as a recognition-based award program conferred annually to LGUs with excellent performance in key governance areas. The Philippines is also a member of the Open Government Partnership, where government leaders and civil society advocates come together to promote accountable, responsive, and inclusive governance. To promote transparency during the pandemic, the Department of Budget and Management made the status of COVID-19 releases to agencies and other budget-related issuances available in its official website. Again, while these are national government programs, they serve as models that can be adapted to the student government setting. At this point, I would like to share with you another initiative where student governments and student organizations can also help. The Interagency Task Force on Zero Hunger, which is chaired by my office, was created by virtue of Executive Order Number 101, which was signed by the President in January of this year. The task force is assigned to coordinate and rationalize the efforts of concerned government agencies to address the problem of hunger in the country. Simultaneously, it is also tasked to formulate a national food policy, which will outline national priorities and provide a roadmap for achieving zero hunger, achieving food security, improving nutrition, and promoting sustainable agriculture. The problem of hunger, which was worsened by the effects of this pandemic and the typhoons, will never be solved if we do not work together. It takes all of us to win this battle. It takes the whole nation. Perhaps you are all asking, what can we as students do to help? A lot, actually. And you begin in your homes and in your communities and in your student government. You can step up and inform yourself on the latest numbers, the situation that our country faces on the hunger problem. Look to your homes, your neighbors' homes, your community, and see how hunger is experienced in your locality, and find creative ways and means, no matter how small, to help address this. As a student government, you can do small but simple and meaningful programs for this, like a Zero Hunger Kitchen for your community, and engage the help of local businesses to set one up. In this time of pandemic, you can host or set up a local community online marketplace where you can promote local businesses and give local food producers, especially your local farmers and fisher folk, a platform to sell their goods. These are just some examples, and I'm confident that as youth leaders, you all have the creativity and the passion to come up with out-of-the-box solutions to contribute to addressing hunger in your community. And I challenge you all to step up, because this is something I know you can do, and it is something that would be of great value and impact. Your willingness to learn, energy to engage in important discussions, and your fervent desire to make a change will be your advantage in the future when you become leaders in your chosen fields. I hope you learned a thing or two from my humble sharing. I know and I am confident that you will reach high because you aim high. And I'd like to see you someday fulfilled and working with purpose and passion in your chosen endeavors. As a parting reminder, always take pride in hailing from the Western Mindanao State University, wherever on the planet life takes you. Your alma mater helped the efforts of the government to curb this pandemic. I know that, like your alma mater, you care for the community and want to become professionals who practice their knowledge and expertise for social change and transformation. This is your gift and your responsibility as student leaders, the honor of helping change our country for the better. I wish you all a meaningful and fruitful learning session ahead. Maraming salamat at mabuhay kayong lahat.